Hey everyone, welcome to the show, episode 50, Sydney's Draft Chats. So we're going to get into the Sydney Swans today. We're going to talk about who they drafted, the players they got, and also the roles that they covered. So we're going to get into it. So pick 14, Harry Kyle. Pick 35, Jeevan Philippou. Pick 42, Billy Coate. And also pick 49, Max King. We're going into the rookie draft now. They also relisted Jake Lloyd, relisted Dane Rampy, and also Noah Chamberlain as a Category A Academy player. And Liam Heathrow, Hethton, as a Category B New South Wales Zone player. So may have butchered that name, but not too sure. We'll get to that in a minute. So we're going to talk about pick 1, Harry Kyle. So Harry Kyle is a defender, midfielder, part of the Swans Academy. Standing at 188 centimetres. He's an athletic prospect, boasting size and upside, and connects with the lines as he chain links the ball down the ground. Also powerful running, as mentioned, through the chain linking of play. So he has become quite a contender in this year's draft. He's a defender / midfielder who started out the season just hoping to get a game at the Sydney Swans Academy. He is now among the quartet of Swans likely to be taken in the national intake. He's a Sydney sider, born to Victorian parents. He grew up playing rugby league, basketball, only joined the academy in the middle of last year, so must have got an offer to get taken into the academy. So well done, mate. You picked a good sport, but also has an athletic background. He's played Aussie rules sporadically to the point where he had an email from the Swans Academy coordinator who landed him in a successful 4-week trial in 2025, marked his first full year in the Swans after a promising summer and academy series. He continued to build on the Coates Talent League form that he had the stint with, and also his form warranted an Allies call-up, so a call-up to the Allies stateside, which is quite impressive, where he played a full carnival and turned from one to watch to a genuine draft chance. Kyle got the opportunity to train with the senior Swan side and afforded a VFL debut in round 18. It wasn't the only senior opportunity he had this year, as he ran out 4 times for the AFL Sydney's Premier Division in UNCWES Bulldogs. So yeah, that's over in New South Wales. And then came to the National Draft Combine, where he showcased his athleticism to post 3 top 10 results and remain in the recruiters' eyes as a significant upside. So we'll just quickly talk about his strengths. So yeah, his strengths is athleticism, clean hands, size, his ability to run and chain link with transition running, his versatility. So there's a few there. His improvements is just consistency at football at a high level, and also footy IQ. So he's played a few different sports, so he's got to add in a bit more football knowledge. It seems like when he goes and plays each sort of level of football, he does okay. So, and he's able to learn those abilities too, which is a good way of teaching a player. And he listens and learns. So, he plays a brand of football where he's able to drive the ball forward and also repeat power and running. Stationed mostly off the half back or the wing, he provides plenty of rebound and isn't afraid to take the game on. Kyle leans on his rugby league background to chain up the ball by hand, so he's able to link the ball through, run through for the next set of hands and continue on. He does like to draw in his opponents and then dish off to a teammate before giving the ball back, and make the forward ball his own to kick to down in the forward line. So he likes to run up the wing or in the half back. So that's a good spot. That ideally where he will be playing. He's quite tall. He's standing at 188 centimeters. And is also agile for that size. He provides a pretty good smooth sidestep. So sidestep around of their opponent with some explosive speed. And in the combine test, he ranked 10th in the National Combine's agility test, which is good. His top 10 finish. Stopping the clock at 8.1 seconds. And that translates to his on-field ability to carve through the traffic and gain meters on the outside. So that makes him a good player. Also, the other athletic ability, is his vertical leap. He posted a best of a running vertical jump at 98 centimeters in the draft combine. So he uses that to obviously compete at marks, jump up high and grab a clean overhead mark. And also being a halfback also adds into an intercepting ability to run the ball back and mark. So he's got the ability to swoop on some contested balls as well, or if there's a loose ball at the back. Again, showing he has the ability to have clean hands and can product in chain link of possessions. So, clean hands, cutting through the guts or on the wing or off the halfback. His size and build are also handy attributes. His frames to be able to compete on the inside, so he's got a good frame to expand into the midfield craft. Can be an inside midfielder, which is good. You see it the other way. Normally, most halfbacks are more runners. Don't do that contested type of ball work. But solid contested game. Adds to his versatility. Pretty happy with that. He's had many roles and the exposure to all types of codes, whether it's basketball, football. He's still got to learn a fair bit of game IQ. But sounds like this guy will get better. I feel like, once he gets players more, he has training with an AFL team like the Swans as well. A full pre-season where you can just fully focus on that. I think that covers it pretty well. We'll talk about their next draft pick. South Australian Javen Philippou. So, obviously, brother from the Saints. Now he's making his own craft. So, Philippou from the Saints. Now, his younger brother coming from Woodville. He's 183 centimeters, midfield / forward. He has good explosive athletic traits with high impact per possession, whether in the midfield or up forward. So he's the powerful midfield forward, and he's part of a 3-generation football family. His grandfather Peter and his father Sam were in the SANFL legacy, where they carved out SANFL legacy. And they even played 4 AFL games for Footscray in 1995. So fast forward to 2022. Javen's older brother, Matthias, was drafted to St Kilda with pick 10. So quite a high draft pick his brother was. And unfortunately he's had a few injuries, Matthias, but he looks pretty good. When you see him on the ground, you can see he's got a lot of talent. And I guess the brothers play a similar sort of role. When I look at it, I think Matthias may be a little bit taller. But he carries an air of confidence in his game and also played with a point to prove. He forced his way into the state squads in 2023 and 2024. Not playing a game at the under-16s championships, but it must have been underage at that year, I would say. But making one appearance in last year's under-18 carnival. He missed out on repeating the feat in 2025 after a broken arm stunned his rise. He's still able to make a splash with 6 SANFL League appearances upon his return, so quite good. He played a bit of league football in the Woodville League side. And yeah, coming back after a few setbacks, he recovered from a significant ankle injury also late in the minor rounds of last year's SANFL Under-18s season to play for Woodville West Tyrants Premiership. He went on to skipper the team in 2025 and on his also a senior stint showcasing the all-round athleticism and work rate, which has recruiters highly invested in his progress. Like his older brother, Mateus Philippou, played plenty of basketball growing up and not afraid to back his skills. He's molded his games on the likes of Isaac Heaney, Christian Petrarca. Probably see more of Isaac Heaney than a Christian Petrarca. I think Christian Petrarca is more of an inside mid, where I don't think he'll play, but he probably marks the ball up forward similar to him, but I see him more as the Isaac Heaney role. He has a high impact style of play, and yeah, he's one of the young prospects who don't follow one set AFL team, instead supports Mateus and watches a bunch of football. Just loves the game in general. So yeah, there's no surprise there. I mean, his brother's playing AFL. You know, if I had a brother that played, I would go watch him play as well, and I would support him in any way I can. Now he's in his own team. He's at Sydney, so we'll just quickly talk about his strengths. Agility, agile player. Dual-footed, so he can kick both feet. Overhead marking, power, running capacity, and scoreboard impact. Improvements, composure, defensive game. I would add in that just needs to get over the injuries. I hope that he doesn't have this similar career to his brother, where, you know, can have injury setbacks. And you want to see the man at full potential. It's not good when you see players injured. I know it's part of the football. Everyone gets injuries at some point of their career. And I hope that he can manage through. I hope his brother gets back to playing some good football for the Saints. So shout out to you, mate. I don't want to see injuries or injury-riddled careers when they have so much talent. I know that's part of the game, but you just wish the best upon people. So yeah, he is an impact per possession player, capable of hurting the opposition in a variety of ways. So, yeah, he likes to win the hard ball in the midfield. Also, can take quite good marks above his head and hitting the scoreboard regularly for a midfielder, which is important. He produces big moments. So he's a bit of an all-round package. He has quite an athletic background. He tested well at the National Draft Combine. Turn-off speed with an 8-second agility test time, good enough for 8th place. And those sort of translate to the on-field turns and twists and spins, dazzling the opponents. So yeah, he also finished third in the running for the vertical jump leap of 90 centimetres, which is very good. He rises to pluck the ball at the air at a good peak and also has a bit of guts, determination and confidence. I like that. So that's, one reason why he's versatile. He also has good footballing fundamentals. He also uses both sides of his body to deliver the ball, which is a very good trait to have. A lot of midfielders now can kick both feet. I mean, it's a trait that most midfielders have always had. But it's good to see some players rely a lot on their main kicking foot. And as a really good midfielder, you at least need to be able to hit a good target, at least 20 to 30 out on your opposite foot. If you can go longer than that, you'll be an even better player. But yeah, definitely with the short lead-up kicks, to have both of those feet is important. He's got great running ability. He's a gut runner, so he'll do repeat efforts with a mix of speed and endurance. So it allows him to keep up at a pretty good. He has good gas tank to keep working through all that, which is just great sort of effort to have. He was named captain of the Woodville Woodville West Tyrants under 18 side. But yeah, he needs to sort of not tend and to rush his kick and players away, which just dumping the ball long by foot in pressure situations. He needs to learn a bit more from that. But yeah, it's got a good defensive side. Obviously, he's hard running, gut running both ways. Tackling is not too bad. He's got a good way to switch into defensive transition after attacking, so he's got the ability to run both ways, which is important. Overall, pretty good. Probably would have went higher in the draft if he didn't get injured. And not playing a lot of state games later in like the under 18s, so yeah, there's no doubt he was one of the best players outside of the under 18 squad for the state. So yeah, they may have been undefeated by 45 points, but they still had talent like this. They was missing out. And, still about the mark with the games, but not playing the full amount. So South Australia definitely has a lot of depth in their state side. I think that covers them pretty good. So hope you stay on the track and you're not injured has a good career without many injuries, and I hope your brother gets back to full form. So shout out to another South Australian. Well done, mate. So Billy Cootie. Sorry, I might have got this wrong. It's COOTEE. I mean, it could be Coat. Could be a sign. I'm not too sure, folks. I'm pretty happy with just to go that. He is an older player. I'm pretty sure he played some SANFL. It's not got much about him. We'll just quickly look it up. Just give me 1 second. So yeah, he is a 22-year-old midfielder who was drafted at pick 42 of this year's draft, as I mentioned. He is a mature age selected player. As I mentioned, I thought he was from the SANFL. He was. He is from Nord in the South Australian SANFL. He's a 22-year-old midfielder / forward. Played 21 senior matches for the Redlegs, which is Nords. In 2025, winning the best and fairest. So he formerly captained Essendon's VFL side and will look to make his AFL debut in 2025. He's player by, we'll just go on to that quickly. That's all I can get out of it. So there we go, that's what we're looking for. He is 178 centimetre midfielder, so he's a little bit undersized, but mature body. And as the Swans sort of really want to jump back up that ladder, he's definitely going to be one that they're going to need, a mature body. Once again, thank you to Sydney for giving this man a chance. There's a lot of knocks on people who are saying there's not enough talent out there and all this hoo-ha. Every time there's a new side that you get certain individuals that will complain that I'll read comments like, oh, there's not enough talent out there. What are they doing? All this sort of stuff. And there's plenty of talent out there. Absolutely. I totally disagree with those statements, and we like to be positive on this podcast because that's how we roll. But those sort of things where you see comments of people that the depth isn't outside there, there's not enough players that are outside the AFL, they're going to struggle. Like, this guy's been given a chance. Sydney, they struggled last year. They didn't play finals. After making a grand final, they still have a very good core list of players. And now they've gone, all right, we need to at least get a mature body in. And they've gone and done that. And that's why I like teams like Geelong. I would label Sydney in that bracket. Sydney played finals, quite similar to Geelong. And that's why they play finals, because of this reason. They go to local competitions. They scouted this guy, and they see some talent. So thank you, Sydney. Thank you for giving this guy a chance. Thank you for drafting a guy from the SANFL. It doesn't matter if it's the VFL, Waffle. I'm equally happy for all those players that make it through who just didn't get the opportunity. So you work hard and you've been rewarded. So it's a good football story. I love seeing it, and I hope more teams do it more often. He's only 22. Like, you could get 10 years out of this guy. So shout out to you, mate, and I hope you have a good career with the Sydney Swans. And thank you for representing Nord in the SNFL. It's a lovely oval down there. I very much liked Cooper Stadium, and they got a lovely sort of oval. So shout out to you, mate. And we're going on to pick 49, Max King. So he's a Sydney Academy player again, standing at 191 centimetres. He is a talented athletic utility. Arguably has as much upside as any prospect in the draft. He's a Northern Academy talent. He's slated to feature in the top end of this year's draft, which he didn't quite get to. But I was assuming he would always go to Sydney, being an Academy player. He boasts a rare array of athletic traits. Many saw him as the best player outside the AFL Academy intake and a potential top 10 selection coming into 2025. He showed a lot in such a limited bottom age sample size from previous years, as an AC joint injury in 2024 sustained while taking a specky. Poor bloke, I've done that before, and it's not good. So I know how you feel, mate. That is one that does hurt a lot. And it's, among one of the unfortunate contact injuries which has kept him out of action. He missed the Swans Academy Coates Talent League stint while selected in the National Futures game, and was able to take a field start in for the New South Wales / ACT's under-17 side, and was a main player providing a glimpse into King's talent. He also kicked 30 goals in 12 games for the local side Cardiff last year, and now as an 18-year-old got an early taste of senior footy. He stepped up at VFL level, and King played 3 games in the Swan colours as he finally got to turn out for the Allies, popping up with a game-winning goal and a massive hanger against Western Australia. So there you go. He likes to take a hanger. So I like the sound of this man. That's probably important. So shout out to you, mate. He looks up to Isaac Heaney. So he actually looks quite similar to Isaac Heaney. So the Swans have another Isaac Heaney, folks. God save us. What up, mate? Just looking at his photo, he looks very much similar to Isaac Heaney. The blonde looks probably a little bit taller than Isaac Heaney. I don't think Isaac Heaney was 191 centimetres. We'll just quickly check that up because, we just want to confirm that. So we'll just quickly look up his height. So I thought that is. So Isaac Heaney's 1.84 meters, so 184 centimeters. I'd assume that's about 6'2" in inches for those overseas who do inches. For him to be 191 centimeters is impressive. So this guy could even be more of a bigger player. He could be in the mold of between him and an 8'5". So very, very impressive. I quite like that. And we'll just look at his strengths. His aerial ability, athleticism, power, speed, versatility. Just his finishing needs a bit of work on, and his footy IQ. If he wants to be like Isaac Heaney, Isaac has very good finishing. He needs to work on that type of finishing. He's the type of player who can just be a straightforward set shot from 20 metres, but also 5 minutes later, he's running with 4 bounces and he's finishing from 50. So he's got the ability to do a bit of that, but needs to just sort of he can miss the straightforward stuff. So yeah, just a bit more pressure. So needs to work on that. But yeah, he's got a great athletic profile, all around type of player, top end speed, monster vertical leap. Yeah, standing at 191 centimeters. He can burn off opponents with raw speed for his size, which is incredibly rare. Soaring to take hangers, which is even better. He ranked second nationwide for his running vertical jump at 98 centimeters during preseason, and finished 4th in the 20-meter sprint with a time of 2.8 seconds. So he's quick. Finishing 4th for a 191 centimeter player is very impressive. I quite like that. Well done, mate. And yeah, he got a couple podium results at the National Draft Combine. And the best thing is these numbers are quite good and they translate to on-field performances, which is important. You can do all these stuff, but if it doesn't translate to on-field stuff, it's not going to be as important. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. He likes to. He's a bit of a beast. He's capable of standing up to tackles, buying him time to release the ball. Yeah, has plenty of upside. Yeah, got a good polish for his size. Just needs to be a bit more better with his goal kicking. But he can be a genuine game changer. So, very happy with that one. We'll move on to their rookie draft. So that was the last player in the national draft. Jake Lloyd, we already know he's a relisted veteran. So they've put him back on the rookie draft to fit cap space for the likes of Curnow they got through the trade period. Dane Rampy's also in the same category, sorry. So, yeah, Dane Rampy is another veteran. Half-back wing for Lloyd. Rampy being more of a centre-back or a third half-back. A couple of the defensive veterans that they're going to need. So, yeah, Noah Chamberlain, a Category A academy player. So, a few academy players for the Swans. Forward wing, 191 centimetres. Yeah, he's athletic, versatile as well. And also part of the talented Swans Academy. Yeah, he burst on the scene in under 16s when he was named in the All-Australian National Championship size. His athletic utility ability made him an early under-18s debut at the Swans Coates Talent League level. Yeah, in 2024, many more successes. As a bottom major, he turned out twice for the Allies, representing the New South Wales ACT under-17s future trials as well. Yeah, took part on the National Futures Showcase game. Yeah, all those achievements considered, he was duly elected into the National Academy heading into 2025. And yeah, he was amongst a great crop. Two-time Basil Sellers Scholarship recipient for 2024 and 2025. Starring alongside Sydney's Young Bloods TikTok dosseries. I'm not too sure what that meant. It must be some sort of TikTok thing. Yeah, so must show what they do through TikTok. Despite an ankle sprain which put him out of the preseason testing, he was raring to go. Once again, competitive action. Yeah, he went down with a heavy head knock during the summer series. He recovered to return to via the Academy Series Coates Talent League, and also turning out twice for the National Academy against VFL opposition. Then added to his senior experience with a pair of games for the Swans reserve side, running out full National Carnival series with the Allies. So there you go, he had a full series with them. Strengths are athleticism, competitive nature, contested marking, versatility, chain link of play and follow-up work. His second efforts, foot skills, just a bit more consistent is his improvements, and also scoreboard impact. So yeah, he's being regarded as a spearhead tall forward throughout his junior career. Great athleticism and strong contested marking capabilities for his size. As a mobile marking target who can provide a connection up to ground, his speed allows him separation on the lead. He's got a springy vertical leap also, using the crash to pack. So yeah, only 191 centimetres, is not that big. But being a young lad, he'll grow. I mean, he could end up growing to 194, which is good size for a centre forward. So yeah, he's a classy left footer. He makes terrific decisions on the fly as well for his size, and can pull off the inboard passes without a fuss. He distributes the ball with a great spearhead fashion. So yeah, can dart the ball in quite well, and has a vision to hit short kicks, showing his showcase of pretty good football IQ, especially for a utility player over 190 centimetres. So yeah, he was a competent tall forward and has plenty of exposure on the wing row, even as he spent time down back in the Allies. His ability to switch positions can help him get into the game, and struggling to do so deeper into attack. He looks towards Mark Blitzhaus for inspiration as a player he can perform. So yeah, great sort of player that he wants to look up to. What a multitasker he is. He's like a 5 toolkit, Mark Blitzhaus. Blitzkart, sorry. He's like that, that special toolkit you got. You got 5 different 5 different tools on there. That is what that man is. That's why Geelong's coach loves him, because he can just go wherever he needs to go. He is a team player, very well respected player. So yeah, he's got great durability. A couple of setbacks early in the year. Didn't up testing at the National Combine, but he's got all the tools to get through that. So I'm pretty happy with that. That covers him pretty well. We'll just see if we got one more player, Liam Hetherington. I think that's how it's spelled, Hetherington. Hetherington. So sorry if I butchered these. My English is good. But yeah, there's some random last names that we're going to hopefully not butcher out of respect to the players. So yeah, Hetherington. Yeah, so I'd say that's Hetherington. I think that's how we spell it. So yeah, standing at 198 centimetres. He's a big boy, big unit. And yeah, he's filled out quite well by the looks, and a tool marking threat inside 50, who kicks goals in bags. Moves well for a guy of his size. Having taken a back seat in the eventual draftees, he was primed to snatch the centre stage in 2025 as a key forward, managed 9 Coates Talent League games, with the Murray Bushrangers as a bottom age player. He's leaning off the likes of Jack and Matt Whitlock, and also Joe Berry as the leading goal kicker. Josh Murphy, with all the moving on, was the turn to the speedhead spearhead the Bushies' attack. So both Joe Barry and Jack Whitlock are at my side that I go for Port Adelaide. I think Jack did quite good. Matt is at North Melbourne, still learning his traits, but Jack, yeah, he's putting on some size. Played the last couple games for Port Adelaide and looked really good. Joe Barry looked like he looked good in the back end of the year, but struggled early just at that AFL speed for him, for his role that he plays. But I thought, yeah, those three players are very talented. I think they're going to have a good career, and I can see them doing quite well. So this guy's learnt from them. He's tall like the Whitlock brothers, so yeah, very talented bunch by the sound. So yeah, he showed signs of doing that exactly, booting 11 goals in his first 3 Coates Talent League appearances. So very nice. So in 3 games he's kicked 11 goals. That's impressive. So yeah, represented the National Academy in 2 games against VFL opposition. And he had 2 stress fractures that were discovered in his back, with the 197 centimetre talent at that time forced to undergo a 16-week recovery, which ruled him out for the rest of the year. So yeah, his top age campaign was positive. He sought to compete at the National Championships and the Allies colours, and the opportunity was taken away from him, as was the chance to compete at the National Combine. He's expected to get back into the swing of full training around mid-December, which has already been, priming him for a strong pre-season with the Swans. So yeah, he started up out at Mackay in Queensland, and he went on to represent the GWS Giants Academy during the 2023 Under-16 National Championships. The North Albury product progressed into the Bush Rangers Under-18s program, represented New South Wales and the Under-17 future trials, bursting onto the scene with 5 goals against Vic Country. So there you go. This guy's good. Amazing that he slipped through to, like a lot of the bigger guys in this year's draft just slipped through late. Don't know why. So, yeah. It's just the way it is some drafts. It's what clubs need versus the talent that they've got. So, yeah, his possessions continued with another 3 majors in the National Futures Showcase, the AFL Grand Final day, and went on to further secure AFL Academy induction. And he was a big Western Bulldogs supporter who grew up watching his dad play footy. He models his own game on some of the Dogs' prominent key forwards. Big Darcy, I would assume that's who he's meaning. This guy, to be fair, looks like he's got a future at the Swans. He's got good body work, forward craft, mobile ability, marking, scoreboard impact, which he's kicked a few bags of goals, which is great for a tall, big full forward. He's a natural forward, making his own space in the inside of the 50, and can work up the ground to get the ball. Also provides a handy chop out in the ruck as a second ruck. Can also play first ruck if he wanted, but he's obviously got a great ability to be a key forward, which is important. His pre-season vertical leap results is 75 centimetres, which is very good for a 198 centimetre player. And he's standing at 89 centimetres, which would have comfortably placed him in the top 10 at the national draft. He also gets a tick for his agility, which is quite good for his size. His goal-kicking ability, the early stages of 2025, he booted hauls of 3 goals 1, 5 goals, 3 goals 2 in his only Coates Talent League appearances. So yeah, just due to injury, he missed out a fair bit of that. But yeah, his follow-up and open play, grabbing the ruck, and also consistently found a way to score. Scoreboard impacts came down to his forward craft. When he was stationed deep inside 50, he reads the cues early, commits to his body into the contest, and has a great work of body, one-on-one jostles, and From there, he also can take low marks below his knees. It leads well, holds onto the ground, plucks the ball at the peak in the air. And yeah, clunk on the ball quite well. I like that. You're a good clunker, mate. So he's clean overhead. Outside of his contested areas, he's also decently agile in the open play, as mentioned, allowing him to find the ball in different avenues towards goal. Unlike many key forwards, he's also willing to follow up and apply pressure, so good tackle pressure. As a second small, you can get a big guy that just comes in and gets a good tackle. There's nothing better. Everyone loves seeing a big guy just get a massive tackle. You don't want to get tackled by a big guy, folks. It is no good. It hurts. And everyone gets around a big fella. But, and that's what you want. You want your big guy to show a bit of, getting right amongst it. So, but yeah, he's straightened up on his goal kicking compared to 2024, where he managed 7 goals, 13. So, yeah, he's previously been a bit, missed a few goals, but he's come back and he's worked on his forward craft, his ability to kick goals. And this is one guy I think Sydney have got a good player. I read a bit about him, but to do his profile and see what type of guy he is. You got a young fella. You got Kernow that's a bit older. They're going to get a few more years out of him. They got Logan McDonald, Amadi as well. This guy's just got to come in and develop for the next 2 or 3 years. And once again, Sydney got himself another great key tool. And that's why they're a good football club. So I think, just to double check, I think we've got everything covered now. Yep. And that, everyone, is Sydney's Draft Chats. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, and have a great weekend. Cheers.